as well. Awesome, 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 awesome. So every week we have Soulful Sundays here at the SupaTea podcast show. And we are currently reading The Seat of the Soul by Gary Zukav. Can you see that? Can you guys see that? So I'm going to jump right in. And we are on chapter 11. Ooh, I love, love, love. Before I even start, I just want to say thank you. Thank you to all the things that are just working in my favor. Thank you for all the things that are working in the favor of humanity. Thank you, thank you, thank you to the divine. Thank you to all of the wonderful, bold, courageous souls that, in whatever capacity you are being of service. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for the betterment of yourselves and the betterment of their communities and the betterment of humanity, because it's all connected. We are all connected. It's all connected. So when you are bettering yourself genuinely from the heart, tying in your mind and your heart together in a harmonious dance, you are bettering yourself, taking the actions consistently to better yourself, you are automatically sending vibrations that's going to better those around you. And it's a ripple effect. It's just what it is. It's universal fact and law. Metaphysics, physically, it is what it is. It works. So I'm not saying you have to take on a big task. Your only task is to better you. Now, as you better you, if you get different ideas, like, ooh, I can do this and be of help through this way. It could be anything. It could be through art. It could be through music. It could be, there's so many ways to make the world a better freaking place, okay? And just ignore that other stuff. I know it's hard to ignore, but try not to give your energy into those things that you don't want no more. Let starve it. Let it starve. It's because it's literally thriving off of your attention and your energy, and whoever applies their energy into it. And the only individuals that should be putting their energy into the problems is those who are equipped and ready to apply solutions. If not, then ignore that shit, because ain't nothing you can do about it. You're just feeding it by paying attention to it. So starve it. Disconnect. Pay attention to what you do have control over, which is you. You have control over how you feel. You have control over you. So I just want to say thank you, because I love when things come together and they're working together for a good purpose and for a good reason. That's amazing. So I want to express my gratitude for this day, my gratitude for all that I have, my gratitude just knowing that I'm in a great position to be of service. And the same thing that I have just shared with you is how I live my life and the applications that I apply in my life. And I do see improvements. And sometimes they're not happening as fast as I would like them to be. But hey, improvements are improvements. It doesn't really matter the speed, right? As long as we're going in the right direction. So we are going in the right direction. Believe it or not, humanity is going in the right direction right now. So, with that being said, we're touching on a very interesting chapter that is just really right on time, in time, relationships. This has been a space where I have had some challenges at, um, on all different levels, intimate levels, not intimate levels, platonic levels. I've had friendships that I thought that would last for a lifetime just kind of like slowly disintegrate, and not because of anybody doing anything malicious to anybody, just literally growing in different directions. People being uncomfortable with my growth or my choice of my spiritual practices, and me saying, okay. All right, you're uncomfortable. Love you. I shall release you. Like I can't make you be comfortable with what I'm comfortable with. So okay, you're uncomfortable with my spiritual practices. You're uncomfortable with my spirituality. Okay, love you. Wish you the best. You know, perhaps we'll cross paths again. Who knows? You know, so and that took a level of maturity because I was just like, no, this person's gonna be there when all this great goodness is happening. They're gonna be right there, and it's like maybe not. But the goodness is happening anyway. So keep going forward. So that's just my personal summarization of all the different relationships that I have experienced because that was the longest relationship that I had. And so it was very impactful going through that experience. But going through that experience certainly prepared me for this next chapter. And not just the next chapter in the book, the next chapter in my lizard. You can't even see my microphone over here in the TikTok world. There we go. The next chapter in my lizard, which is pretty good, but still, I have so many questions because of my experience. But I'm grateful and hopeful and prayerful that the new individuals that I'm interacting with, that they have the patience, they have the insight, they have the wisdom to see that what may appear to be challenging is not malicious or not trying to, what's the word I'm looking for? Emasculate. Like, no, never. That is never the space I'm coming from or coming towards any males that I interact with. However, I am going to possibly, not in the middle of my life, not in the middle of my life. I don't even know why my thing is on like that. Hold up, wait a minute. Hold up, wait a minute. Let me put some push up in it. Anywho, I will call that good sister of mine's back. Um, So, with that being said, relationships. That's my new sister friend. That's my new good sister friend who just called me. So, forgive me for that. I normally have my phone in Do Not Disturb because of school, and then I just forget it there. And so I don't get any calls. And then, it is. But I was running my mouth before I got on my live with my good cousin. And we was just like talking about the economy, things, that type of stuff. But it's like, girl, we still good. Like, we is still good. In light of everything that's going on, we are still good. Like, she shopping for steak and talking about salmon. Like, that sounds like a good thing to me, boo boo. Like, yeah, we born to die. We darn near thriving. We is darn near thriving, okay? In light of all of the silliness, we are darn near thriving. We got water. We got clothes on our back. We got the ability to control the temperature where we reside at. We okay. We safe, girl. We okay. We okay. We okay. We okay, girl. So let's give thanks for what we have. Let's give thanks for what we have. It's children and people on this planet right now that do not have these luxuries that we have. So let's appreciate these luxuries and make the very best of these luxuries as we can. That is part of why I show up every Sunday at 3 p.m. sharp Eastern Standard Time to contribute and say, listen, I don't know how it feels to experience those exact things, but I know some things. And I know that with the right people in the right positions, things will be better. And I know that those people who want to dominate and control others, they are not well. They ain't well. And they can get well. So I don't have any hate against them. I don't have any anger against them. I just wish them to be well. Because if they were well, they would do things and approach things so differently. They wouldn't be like, I'm going to control you. Control what you say. Control how you say it. I want to control you. They don't want to control nobody. Healthy, happy people don't want to control other people. No, that's not health. That's fear. That's fear. That's trauma. That is not healthy. It's not healthy. This this aluminum container from my favorite gym. That's my gym, people. Lifetime gym. This is my gym. I poured this water in here. Had to be like 8 o'clock in the morning. It's 3 o'clock. It is still ice cold. It didn't even have a top on it, but this aluminum keeps the temperature of your stuff. It keeps it either hot or cold. Anyway, let's get into the book. Relationships. We're in chapter 11, Seed of the Soul. There are certain growing dynamics that can occur only. Ooh, they about to hit me hard. Ooh, they about to hit me. Ooh, I'm about to get a lesson myself. Ooh, ooh. Let's say, where you going? The universe like, where you going? Because I feel like running again. I got my joggers on. I'm gonna get into the book, but I got my joggers on because I'm in this dynamic. And again, relationships are on so many different levels. They're not just intimate. So I don't want to make it seem like, oh, it's just all about that. No, it's not all about that. You know what I'm saying? That is one dynamic. That's a very deep dynamic. And it's a deep dynamic that I'd be like, oh, I want to experience that. That's what I want to experience. I want to experience something so deep and transformative and so wonderful. And I want my bestie to be my partner, and my partner and I to be besties. And we have this sacred union together, and nobody gets what we get about each other, and yada, 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 right? Work. 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 Because I have to understand all of the complexities of this person. And even in the beauty and the powerful union of a twin flame relationship, there is still the outer things that they've had to adapt to. So I may know the soul, you may know we may know the soul of each other. We may recognize that. But then now we have to get to know the personality. And yes, if we are living, if we each are living from our souls, from our hearts, and our minds is in alignment with our heart and our soul, then yes, it's beautiful. It's beautiful, but it's still work. It's still work. It's still freaking work. Okay, it's still work. It's beautiful. I'd be in la la land because I just be like, how did you know? I just needed some juice. I just needed my favorite juice. Like, thank you. Thank you so much. And I don't know. I have no idea. And I don't know how I know some of the things that I know, but I just know. So, but my personality is like, oh hell no, this is intense. It's intense for why? Why is it so intense? Because I'm so sensitive and I just like notice every goddamn thing. Why do I notice every? Oh, I'm hyper vigilant. Okay, oh now I understand why I'm hyper vigilant. And so anyway, I'm gonna jump into the book because all of this is like a damn deja vu to me. But somehow, some way, this is beneficial for me and for whoever else ears and eyes gets to be graced with what's coming through me, because it's the truth. This is from my heart, from my soul. And I felt like a little energetic stay your ass still type shit, because I really was thinking, I'm like, I just got a new mouse, people. I just got a new mouse. Now the purpose of me getting this new mouse was to work on my book, okay? But when I got access back to my PC, because I didn't have no access to my PC because my mouse wasn't working, right? It's been years since I've accessed my PC. It's a new PC, so it's gonna work for many. It's gonna probably be in my office of my first home. I'm right now in an apartment, but this is gonna be in my home. But still, nonetheless, I'm just like, go outside with the people. Do I want to do that? Because I've been doing that. I like doing it, but then at the same time, I'll be like, mm, mm. Sometimes I just want to be around certain people. Like, I'll be like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. No, it's not. I need to be out there, right, on somebody's comedy stage. Patience, people, patience. But for real, let's get serious. Let's get into the book. I'll take that energetic smack and be like, okay, I guess I need to stay where I'm at. I guess I'm where I'm supposed to be. Let your voice be heard. That's what a sister told me yesterday. About what? I don't even know. I'm just gonna have to pray and be like, God, I don't know what you want me to tell this woman, but I'm gonna tell her what you want me to tell her. And that's what I'm gonna do. I'm going there and tell her what God told me to tell her. It ain't even about me trying to get nothing from you. This is a message. Get your motherfucking shit together, god darn it. Act like your shit don't stink when everybody's shit stink. Cause shit stinks. Anyway, let's get to this. Let's get inside. There are certain growing dynamics that can occur only within the dynamic of commitment. Without commitment, you cannot learn to care for another person more than yourself. You cannot learn to value the growth of strength and clarity in another soul, even if that threatens the wants of your personality. When you release the wants of your personality, because my personality want to run, in order to accommodate and encourage another's growth. Am I encouraging growth by staying there? I perhaps so. You attune yourself to that person's soul. Okay, great. Attuning to a person's soul. I'm trying to figure out what the hell's going on in this soul that I'm already attuned to. And trying to figure out how the hell we become so attuned. But I know the dynamics of twin flames. So I'm like, oh, that's the only thing that makes sense. Because otherwise, why? Why do I know this and why? Why? Why do I know this? And why do they know this? Why do we know so much about each other? Why? Why? What? Why? Okay, I'm gonna get back to the book. Without commitment, you cannot learn to see others as your soul sees them, as beautiful and powerful spirits of light. The archetype of spiritual partnership, partnership between equals for the purpose of spiritual growth, is emerging within our species. So this book is not a new book. Okay, this book was preparation for what's happening now. Twin flame is something that's beyond the concept of this book right here. But this is a very good book because a lot of us is doing old ass shit. This book was written in the 1990s. Okay, that's when this book was released. So this was for specifically that time. Okay, but it's still applicable to this time because some people again are like acting like they're in the 1850s or 1750s with their mentalities. Let's get back to the book. The archetype of spiritual partnership, partnership between equals for the purpose, yes, I'm going to reread that paragraph. For the purpose of spiritual growth is emerging within our species. Then it has already emerged now. This is different from the archetype of marriage, which was designed to assist physical survival, and in which the partners do not necessarily see themselves as equals. When individuals enter into a marriage, the ability of each to survive physically is enhanced. They are more capable of finding fire, shelter, food, and water, and of defending themselves than they are individually. The marriage archetype reflects the perception of power as external. The archetype of spiritual partnership reflects the conscious journey of multi-sensory humans towards authentic power, which comes from the inside. Spiritual partners recognize the existence of the soul and consciously seek to further its evolution. They recognize non physical dynamics at work within the world of time and matter. They see matter as the densest or heaviest level of light that is continually being shaped and reshaped by the souls that share this sphere of learning. They consciously co create their experiences with each other within a live earth that loves life very much and with a compassionate universe. Communities, nations, and cultures All of our collective creations are built upon the values and perceptions of the five sensory personality, the values that are reflected by the archetype of marriage. They are designed to serve the physical survival of our species. They also reflect the decisions of our species to learn through fear and doubt. Y'all gonna have to forgive my alarm that's in the background, okay? All right. Hey, just forgive it. Our entire world is built upon the energy of the five sensory personality that has chosen to learn through fear and doubt. Nations fear nations, races fear races, and sexes fear each other. The exploration of physical reality, which is external power, could have been accomplished in a spirit of cooperation with an appreciation of the earth. Instead, as a species, we chose to explore it with a sense of domination and exploitation. That ain't healthy. I really just literally said that before I even went into this chapter, and it's my first time reading this chapter. This is the path of learning through fear and doubt. I don't want to learn through fear and doubt. I don't know about y'all. I do not want to learn that way. Uh, Fear of the physical environment and doubt that we fit naturally into it. Our world reflects the basic thought form that there is no afterlife, that in this lifetime the only thing that ensures power is what can be had and gained. Sometimes we speak of an afterlife, but we do not really believe that after we leave the earth, we are still responsible for the choices that we have made upon the earth, or our choices would be different. Again, this book was written in the 1990s. Not I don't feel like that's applicable now, but at that point in time, this is a reflection of the mass consciousness upon the planet. Our consciousness has risen, and that's why we're able to see a lot of the stuff that's been going on for centuries in the forefront. And we like, hold up, wait a minute, this ain't right. What we doing about this? What we doing? You know? And I believe that we are entitled. I know we are entitled to our emotions, but again, if we are not going to be actively being part of these big solutions, ignore that shit. Pay attention to what you got control over. You, your realm, your personal day-to-day life, and grow and heal within that space so that you are the best you that you can be, because you at your very best is going to send ripple effects energetically into the bigger picture. You may inspire somebody that you don't even know simply just by you working on you being your healthiest, happiest self. And not just looking healthy and happy, but feeling, having emotional intelligence, being able to self regulate your emotions, being able to look at things from the proper perspective and recognize that, yeah, that's fucked up. But what am I able to do about it? If I'm able to do something about it, let me get to it. If I'm not able to do anything about it, if I'm not currently in the position to do something about it, can I put myself in the position to do something about it? What is it going to take for me to put myself in the position to do something about it? Do I need to get more education? Do I need to network? There's processes, there's systems, and yes, we need the proper people within these systems for these systems to work properly. Otherwise, we get the nonsense that we are seeing globally right here, right now, on our screens. I'll get back to the book. Our species is no longer humble. It has no reverence. It's arrogant and filled with its own technology. It seduces itself constantly in terms of its illusions that it's in control. So it creates chaos and still refuses to see that it is impossible for it to control. We take from the earth and take from each other. We destroy forests, oceans, atmosphere. We enslave each other, torture and beat and humiliate and murder each other. Why? Just why? To dominate. Haven't we learned enough doing that old shit the old way? Haven't we learned enough? Can we do better? I believe we could do better. When the archetype of spiritual partnership of individuals joined in equality for the purpose of spiritual growth emerges at the level of community, it creates values and perceptions at that level that reflect those of a multi-sensory personality. Just as individuals that bond in spiritual partnership and choose to express their bond through the conversation, through the convention of marriage. That's the only way I'm doing it again. And I'm probably not going to involve the state. Now, it probably will involve a good spiritual center, but the state, yeah, state, get your shit together. Get your whole shit together. No, I'm not coming to get a license, okay? I'm already ordained minister. And if I do choose to express a spiritual partnership through the convention of marriage, we are not involving the state because we both already going to be sovereign. We both going to have our spiritual hats, and we're just going to join. And if we don't do it on this soil right here, we'll go somewhere else and do it. Okay. I'm telling the whole truth. Shit, that motherfucker probably planning this shit already. Fuck. Like, yeah, that's her. That's her. The one y'all told me that was coming. She's there. She's here already. She's here. Okay, let me stop. And then we just gonna come back like. We're like, y'all together? Yes, we's married. When did y'all get married? What state did y'all get married at? We got married in the country of. You gotta recognize it, baby. See, first of all, okay, I'm gonna stop being silly because I'm gonna just continue to read the book. Focus, the card, focus. Um, let's just start the sentence again. Just as individuals that bond in spiritual partnership and choose to express their bond through the convention of marriage infuse the energy of spiritual partnership into the archetype of marriage and thereby create new values and behaviors within marriage. Individuals that join in spiritual partnership at the level of organization, city, nation, race, and sex infuse the collective consciousness of these levels with the energy of spiritual partnership and create new values and behaviors at these levels. I don't know about y'all, but I know me. I, Takara, L, Bay, hyphen, ain't none of y'all business right now. Me, her, she, I'm ready to see organizations, cities, nations, race, improvements with this new energy of spiritual partnership infused. I'm ready to see new values. I'm ready to see new behaviors. I'm ready to see new behaviors. Am I the only one? Just me? Just me that's just like, that seems a little ancient. That ain't working no more. We need to do better. I know I'm not the only one. I know I'm not. I'm just the only one to communicate it in the way that I communicate it in. Let's continue in the book. The evolutionary process that occurs at the level of the individual is the same process that occurs at each level of interaction between individuals. When an individual invokes the energy of the archetype of spiritual partnership, not only the partnership that it forms with another individual is affected, but also its community, its nation, in the whole globe, the whole world. Your decision to evolve consciously through responsible choice contributes not only to your own evolution, but also to the evolution of all of those aspects of humanity in which you participate. It's not just you that is evolving through your decisions, but the entirety of humanity. Basically, what I said before I started reading. When you, and I said before while I was reading, when you choose to be the best version of you and work on that constantly and maintain that and grow and evolve as you grow, the more you know, the more you grow into more of you, you are affecting everything around you and beyond. Hmm. I don't even know what the heck I be talking about. I don't know why y'all be acting like I don't. Just because I'll be talking about the stuff that y'all be talking about. So the shit I be saying be going, shoo. What she said? What's she talking about? I don't know, because I'm on a whole different frequency. So even though she's speaking English, it ain't connecting. I get it, boo boo. It's all right. I'ma still put it out there though, because for those who are supposed to get it and and connect, they gonna get it. They gonna connect. They gonna apply. It's gonna resonate because they on that frequency. They're making that choice. So they gonna be like, yes, all right, yes. It's a reminder. Boom, boom, boom. And for those who ain't, it's okay. It's okay. Be where you is. I'ma still plant the seeds. Plant the seeds. Plant the seeds. The evolutionary process that occurs at the level. Okay, we read this paragraph. We're gonna go to the next. If you wish the world to become loving and compassionate, become loving and compassionate yourself. If this ain't a deja vu, I don't know what is. So I'm just gonna get ready. Get ready. Um, Become loving and compassionate yourself. If you wish to diminish fear in the world, diminish your own. It's like my own words just coming out differently. This is creeping me out just a little bit. Just a little teeny tiny bit. This is a creeping me out just a little teeny tiny bit. I'm going to keep going now. These are the gifts that you can give. The fear that exists between nations is a macroism of the fear that exists between individuals. The perception of power as external that separates nations is the same that exists between individuals, and the love, clarity, and compassion that emerge within the individual that chooses consciously to align itself with its own soul is the same that will bring sexes, races, nations, and neighbors into harmony with each other. There ain't no other way. Through each human being is responsible for the quality of life that he or she personally experiences. Simultaneously, that extends into the macroism. The threat of nuclear annihilation, for example, is a macroism idea or notion on our earth, and it requires the complete evolution of the microism in order for that to evaporate. So long as those who strive to establish harmony at the level of nations have within themselves the anger and violence that they seek to heal between nations, the harmony that they seek to create at the macroism level cannot come into being. If you want to heal something, you can't be hating motherfuckers at the same time. It ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work. What is in one is in the whole, and therefore ultimately each soul is responsible for the whole world. When you commit to a spiritual partnership with another human being, you bring the energy of the archetype of spiritual partnership into the physical arena. You begin to form and to live by the values, perceptions, and actions that reflect equality with your partner and a commitment to his or her spiritual development in your own. You begin to set aside the wants of your personality in order to accommodate the need of your partner's spiritual growth. And in doing that, you grow yourself. This is how spiritual partnership works. You begin to see that what is necessary to the health of your partnership is identical with what is necessary to your own spiritual growth, that each of you holds the pieces that the other is missing. If you're jealous, for example, you'll find that jealousy is what brings to the surface in your partner an aspect that needs to be healed, and that that aspect is mirrored in you. You begin to value your partner's contribution to your development. You experience that his or her perceptions and observations are helpful and indeed central to your growth, that conversations between you stir deep waters. You learn the roles of love and commitment and trust in making your partnership work. You learn that love alone is not enough, that without trust, you are not able to give and to receive the love that both of you have for each other. You learn that your commitment must be translated into a form that satisfies the needs of both you and your partner. You learn to value the needs of your partner as much as you value your own, because the partnership that you both want requires two healthy and inwardly secure individuals. I gotta pause right there. I apologize if you just came in and you're hearing my thing in the outline. I apologize. Okay, um, nobody has come to fix it yet. Hopefully so. Like I feel it. Woo. Um, so seen, I have experienced my growth. I have experienced my growth, and I don't know if if my growth would have even occurred if my partner had not um, been there to somehow be accommodating um, to me when I was in that space. I was in a space of uh, I don't even know. I guess I was in a space. Peace, brother. I don't know if you got my. I'm gonna stop right here because this is we have an elder that has entered into the room. I don't know if he's still around, but peace and welcome. And I hope you connected with the good brother that in my spirit I feel like you two should connect. If you're not already connected, definitely check your messages on Instagram, and that's where I gave you all the particulars. But back to what I was saying. I remember feeling that energy, and I don't feel that energy at all, but I felt that energy because I saw an interaction between my partner and someone else, and I couldn't understand the interaction completely because I saw the person give me a side eye, not my partner, but the other person. Like I see. I would say I catch everything, but you know, I do see a lot. And I remember being at a function, it was a celebration, and this person walked in there and they kind of looked like, what's she doing here? Like, oh, this where she at? And I don't know if they voiced it, but it showed. And I just was like, I'm just here having a good time, like I was invited. This is where I'm supposed to be at. What you want me to do? They was just like, because they had a problem with my strong personality. It's like you are a student, okay, and I work here. I am a staff member, and you are a student. And even though you are an older student, like, how dare you articulate and speak the way that you do and carry yourself the way you do? And it was just weird. It's like I am who I am. Listen, I was there when I was there. I was me. I'm here, I'm still me. Yes, there's room for growth. But anyway, the point is that my partner saw and felt my reaction, and um, they gently reassured me in such a clever way, and I just calmed down like instantly, like, okay, because he was acting like you ain't see me, and I'm right here, and I felt better, and it's such a complex thing that I'm sure simplifies in time, um, and I just am looking forward to the simplification of the complexities. That's all. I'm just like, can we get to the simple? Because there are like real complex things that You know, I feel, I know, not even I feel and I know that we have solutions to influence and apply. So, like, can we get past this stage? Because this stage right here, this stage right here is annoying sometimes. Oh, it's annoying. I don't like it sometimes. I'm just like, what the hell? What the helly? What the helly? That's how I be feeling. Like, fuck these motherfuckers and they fucking rules and bullshit. You grown and I'm grown. But I get it. I get it. We don't want chaos. We want order and peace and compassionate and all this good stuff, right? So we gotta be disciplined in the meantime, between time. Back to the chapter. You learn to trust not only each other, but also your ability to grow together. You learn that you put your partnership most at risk by avoiding that which you are most afraid will destroy it. It's not easy to express what's inside of you, especially that which makes you feel vulnerable or painful or angry or upset. These are the emotions that empower words that can do either damage or can do much healing. You learn that sharing your concerns with consideration and the intention to heal and trust in the process is the only appropriate avenue. As you approach your needs with courage instead of fear, you ignite a sense of trust. The true human condition in its most perfect form has no secrets, it does not hide, but exists in clear love. You learn not to do stupid and careless things to each other. You learn that wanting what you want is not enough, but both that you must both want it deeply and create it every day. That you must bring it into being and hold it in being with your intentions. As the consciousness of each of you becomes lighter, your partnership becomes richer. You learn the value of considering the other's position by becoming the other person, by truly walking into the fears of the other and then returning into your own being again. You open up the conversation to transcend the personal and become healing at the impersonal. This allows you to see each other as spiritual playmates as you work through the areas that require healing in each of you. Even in the toughest moments of your work on feelings of insecurity, you can be light and remind yourself that you are spirits who have taken on this physical experience and have far greater power that you are showing in that moment of weakness. The things that are the individuals to learn in spiritual union with another individual are the groups, the communities, the nations to learn in spiritual union with other groups, communities, and nations. The choice in each instance is between learning through fear and doubt or through wisdom, between the lower frequency energy currents of the personality and the higher frequency energy currents of the soul. If the anger of one personality towards another creates distance, shatters intimacy, and causes defensiveness, the anger of one nation or religion or sex towards another produces the same. If the concern of one personality for another produces closeness, appreciation, and mutual regard, the concern of one nation or religion or community for another produces the same. The dynamic is identical. You are related to every form of life upon this planet and beyond. As your soul evolves, you move into greater awareness of the nature of that relationship and the responsibilities that you have. Within our species, there are degrees of soul consciousness. The significance of the evolution of responsibility is that each human being moves through levels of responsibility on its way to wholeness. In other words, as the soul chooses the lesson of responsibility, it will find itself incarnating into an atmosphere of more potential impact upon the species. The personality must also come to agree with what the soul has chosen. If you are not consciously ready, you will not be put into a position to impact many for the protection of your own soul. A soul that is new to the human experience, for example, a soul that has evolved from the animal kingdom and is beginning its journey of human evolution, although there are very few of them at this point, begins with a certain frequency range, and for its own protection incarnates into a limited sphere of human life. It may incarnate into a remote region so it can have a gentle life, familiarizing itself with the human physical experience as it becomes more adept at the human sensory system, at human intelligence, at the connection between the soul and body energy and what is expected within a human incarnation. Its capacity to move and incarnate into more responsible centers of activity increases. Center of activity does not mean the presence of a city or a university, but an activity of karmic proportion. In other words, a person that is living in a remote area in which the temptations of life and the definitions of good and evil are far more clear, and in which there are not as many temptations, is not in the same karmic center as a soul that has chosen to incarnate as one who would have a larger sphere of influence within a family or a community or a nation. A soul's center of activity refers to the degree of expansion of its karmic influence and energy influence. A soul needs to be more advanced to handle the possibilities that come from the expansion of its karmic energy influences. This is the significance of the evolution of responsibility. As souls choose to participate consciously in more inclusive levels of interaction, they take on not only their own transformation, but also those of the larger collectives in which they participate. Think of your consciousness in terms of physical light. That light shines, but a brighter light shines over a wider range, and a dimmer light shines on a smaller range. The extent to which your light shines is the width and depth and breadth. Breadth? It says breadth. I promise you it says breadth. I don't know what the hell breadth is. Uh, but Breadth. Okay, breadth of your karmic influence. If you are a major light, you shine upon the entire globe. If you are growing into a major light but are a lesser light, you shine within a different range of which you are held karmically responsible. But your potential to shift your own quality of consciousness and the quality of consciousness of others is equally enormous. Within the sphere of possibilities and probabilities for the soul, there exist many opportunities, including the possibility that the soul might choose, for example, its most remote path of growth instead of the one that is most natural to its energy, so to speak. If in the privacy of his or her own spiritual choices, as he or she advances in faith and in courage and in feelings for his or her own humanity, a soul may well open the door, which leads to greater awareness and to greater karmic influence and responsibility. Whereas that possibility might have existed with only a small probability at the time of the soul's incarnation, a door that would open only under certain circumstances. If this happened, and then if that happened, it may become so that the soul does indeed find its way to that path. Every micro consciousness or individual soul affects the macro consciousness depending upon its quality of light, upon the frequency of its consciousness. Ooh. I gotta apologize. I don't know if I'm gonna get through the rest of this chapter on TikTok. I don't think so because it's already on 5%. So TikTok, I'm going to continue reading and complete this chapter. Come see me in these YouTube streets. I'm gonna just stop that transmission real quick. Yeah. All right. Where we at? I'm gonna start this paragraph over again. I'm gonna move this to the side and look more at the camera. I'm actually gonna plug up my phone. Excuse me. So I can get some service. Oh, some juice. Whoa, sometimes I get a good feeling, yeah. I'm feeling like I'm gonna give a boot. Every micro consciousness or individual soul affects the macro consciousness depending upon its quality of light. Upon the frequency of its consciousness, a soul that agrees to incarnate into a lifetime in which it has significant potential to affect the lives of many is a great soul. The quality of power of such a soul is great. It is global. Its capacity to touch the lives of millions and indeed billions of human beings is very real, and so will be its karmic debt if it fails in its task to advance humanity. Holy shit. It will have the karmic responsibility of billions of souls upon its own. Oh, shit. Well, that, that changes the dynamics quite. That makes it very clear to just allow my allow my emotions and my personality and whatever fluctuations that my physical body is going through at the age of 40 just to just happen. Just let it go, let it be, realize I'm here for a purpose, and be attentive to that, and I guess see see what my partner needs, you know. Um, I heard to ask that question, you know, like what do you need from me, you know, because we got something to do, and I believe they are aware of what we got to do. So what you need from me, you know. Facts. Thank you for the checks and balances of our freaking ancestors and our daggone spiritual guides and teachers. Thank you. Getting me correct. We continue. Hmm. Great souls upon our planets, like all souls upon our planets, must make decisions moment by moment. As you look upon the many souls of our earth who stand in major positions to maneuver the lives of thousands, or millions, or billions of human beings, allow yourself to distinguish them from their personalities. Even though a soul has the ability to influence the lives of billions of people, or even the entirety of humanity, its personality is tempted. When the personality Jesus, aka Yeshua ben Yosef, encountered the Luciferic principle, the challenging principle of our species, when he was offered dominion over the entire globe, the fulfillment of all that he could conceive, was he tempted? Yes, he was tempted. If he were not, there would have been no power in his choice. Were the choice of the path of glory that he chose not balanced against another equal attraction, how could he have drawn such power from the choice? Ooh. Authentic empowerment is not gained by making choices that do not stretch you. When a soul chooses the vertical path, up, baby. It chooses to evolve consciously through responsible choice. It becomes capable of liberating itself from its own negativities. It reaches for authentic power. It takes on, so to speak, its own negativity, the unconscious intentions of the splintered part of its personality. As a personality becomes conscious, as it evolves into a multisensory personality and becomes integrated, the frequency of its consciousness increases. It becomes whole. Its negativities drop away, and the quality of its consciousness becomes lighter. It becomes able to see itself and those around it with compassion and clarity, with the wisdom of its soul. When a soul chooses to participate consciously in more inclusive levels of interaction, it becomes capable of participating directly in the liberation of its family or its group or its community or its nation from the negativities that are present and active at these levels. It also runs the risk of contamination by these negativities. In other words, a soul that seeks to bring a higher quality of consciousness to a more inclusive level of human interaction runs the risk of being contaminated by the fear or the anger or the selfishness of that level. Great souls, such as the soul that was Gandhi, for example, run the risk of great contamination at the level of soul contact. A great soul deals not only with its own fear, its personal fear, but it takes on the evolution of the collective fear of the species. The weight of that is where a great soul risks contamination on a great level, but its possibility of releasing the fear from the collective consciousness of the species becomes also possible. The consciousness of a great soul is symbolic of the larger consciousness, the macro consciousness that holds the same values and fears and guilts. I'm going to stop there because I want to share something with you. I had experience about a week ago. I was waiting for a delivery, for a DoorDash delivery. I was taking like ridiculously long, right? But something in my spirit told me, if you go upstairs, you ain't gonna want to go back downstairs. So just stay here. Plus, there was a lot of young people, and I was having a conversation, a general conversation, but because of my tone, the frequency of my voice, because of my intention, because of just again the frequency, my microorganism was influencing the macros, right? And it was interesting. It was very interesting, very interesting. Because even though I look young to older people, younger people can sense that wisdom, and some older people who are wise can sense the the age of my soul, because the age of my soul is much older than the age of this body. This body is relatively young. It's only about 4 decades. But the soul is, whoo, I go tell y'all all my business. But let's just say, it'd be a lot of elders that be talking to me like I'm their peers. Is all I'm gonna say. Is all I'm gonna say. But nonetheless, let's get back to this event. So it's a group of children in the hallway, and they're not doing nothing. They're being children. They're being young. You know what I'm saying? I remember being young, and I was doing way more what the heck they were doing. They was just playing and laughing and talking their stuff, their young stuff, and I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. I just know they went outside and they went out of view. So when they went out of view, one of them came running back in, and sat there. And it was interesting because he reminded me a lot of my good friend Nikki son. He had the hair and everything, the face and the hair. I was just like, I know it ain't him because he ain't the same height as him. But if he was, I would have been looking like, what you doing over here, Dre? What you doing over here, Dre? You hanging out with these young kids? You 20-something years old. But these was clearly teenagers, and it was clearly not him, right? But he's one of the ones that came back inside, and he just sat down. He just sat down, calm, and I could hear them, but there was no alarm. I was not alarmed in any shape, way, form, or matter. However, some other adults have came down. Now, these other adults who came down, I'm not saying that they didn't have reason to be alarmed, but they were alarmed, and they were a little confused at the fact that I wasn't alarmed, but I wasn't alarmed because that I know that my frequency influences things around me. And I know that I'm on a ley line. So not only am I influential to the things around me, but I'm on a concentrated uh, energy. Like a ley line is a concentrated energy space on Earth. So there's natural energy. So me and nature, because me and nature are cool like that. Because we cool like that. We cool like that. Even though I got some extensions in my hair, we cool like that. Okay. Nature is amplifying what I'm putting out. It's not amplifying what it ain't amplifying other stuff, Not saying it doesn't amplify other people's energies, but it was amplifying my energy, and I know it. And so I just said, I know I'm good. Like I'm good because I said so. Like I'm good. I know there is nothing for me to be kids are being kids, everything good, right? So one of the adults went outside and they came back in and they made a comment. They're like, oh yeah, they're over there fighting. And I'm like, oh, they just probably playing. They're like, nah, they fighting for real, they fighting for real. And you see people start running and stuff like that. And I'm just like, well, yeah, I'm gonna sit here and still wait for my stuff. And when I stepped outside, it was gone. It was gone. It was no commotion. It was no alarm. And I knew that me holding my peace, me holding my joy, me putting my attention onto something positive, I knew and I know that it positively influenced. And even, like a lady tried to give me like a silent warning, like, girl, you better move because they might start, doing what they do. And it's like, nah, they're not going to do that. Not tonight. Not with me here. They're not going to do that with me here. You know what I'm saying? Imagine if we all just were aware of that. You know what I'm saying? I feel like my maybe not the generation right before me, but definitely the generation before that generation, like they knew, like the adults had a sense of responsibility and authority, and somehow with the influx, not even somehow, purposely with the influx of drugs into the community, that connection was a little severed and weakened, where the adults did not fully mature because they got stuck in a loophole, and they got stuck in a juvenile way of handling things. They didn't step into their full authority, and the children came and they saw this person don't know what the fuck they talking about type shit, and they start figuring out shit their own selves in ways, and here we are now as a community, and I'm speaking on behalf of the urban community because I have authority to do so, because that's the community that I have known and experienced from birth. Okay, from Marcy to Harlem. I never lived in the Polo Grounds, but I definitely played in the Polo Grounds. St. Nicholas projects. Like, I ain't playing pink houses either, but I definitely rolled through pink houses. Like this right here. It's sometimes I love them. I love them. I love my folks, and they know that I love them, and that's why they talk all the shit that they want to motherfucking talk. But if when they could feel it, they could feel the vibration. I'm not walking around like psh, nothing, but you can't bullshit me. That's the only thing. You can't bullshit me. I don't want to know that you selling no motherfucking weed. I don't want to buy no motherfucking Uggs that somebody done motherfucking worn on their motherfucking feet. Like, you just know, oh, you don't know where she from. but she don't bother nobody. Yeah, that's all you can say. She don't bother nobody, don't bother her. Because she ain't bothering nobody. That's it, period. Whatever. I might pop out, show my little shape if I'm going somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm going somewhere, coming from somewhere, oh, okay, you look cute. Okay, we see her interact. Yeah, I interact with, and just be me. You understand? I ain't gonna be smiling in no nigga's face because I already know what you niggas want. You just want to tap some ass. This ass ain't tappable, motherfuckers. Sorry. It is not because it's because I know better. It's because I know better. It's because I desire what I desire. It's because I really already have a motherfucking partner, okay? And that's the only motherfucker I want to tap this motherfucker. That's the only motherfucking one, okay? And I don't know what's gonna happen, but I don't know. He wants to have it. That's it. I'm not interested. I'm not saying that I'm not tempted. Not saying I'm not tempted, but I'm not tempted by someone that's not doing anything. That's just like hanging out, hugging a block. I'm not tempted by that. I'm not tempted by it. Did I recently get tempted? I recently got tempted. Yeah, a little youngster, 33. Like shoot. You wanna go to the beach for the weekend? I'll send you there by yourself. Like, hold up, wait a minute now. What you? I'm trying to get these cakes, ain't you? And these cakes have been on ice. Am I saying too much? The cakes have been on ice. But tell that to my motherfucking biochemical makeup, okay? Because this bitch heats up every motherfucking month. Every month she heat up, and then it's a whole volcanic experience, and then I'm right back to square one. Like, it's some bullshit right here. It is so much. It's so much. When I tell you it's so much, it's just so much temptation. The motherfucker will be glad to ease my tensions. Glad to. And be gentle with it. If I was able to do whatever the fuck I want to do, for real. But I don't exercise that. I don't. I was like, no. I have a partner. I'm a twin flame. He sees me. I think he sees me. Seems like he sees me. Maybe no. I don't know. Sometimes he acts like he can see. Sometimes he acts like he can't see. I don't know. Sometimes, I don't know. I'm like, do you? And then he'd be like, surprise. I'm like, what you doing over here? I thought, I'm here. Right here. What I'm doing. Being right here. I love it. I love it when it. I be getting little glimpses. I be getting little glimpses of that. What can I call it? That, I be getting little glimpses of that. You give me little peeks of it, like, yeah, I got you. But then generally, it's just like, huh, I am a professional. I am a professional, and I do not get unprofessional on the clock. But catch me off the clock, bitch. No, this was the wrong word. Bitch was the wrong word. Catch me off the clock. Like, wait a minute, what? How your voice gets so deep, motherfucker? You be no. Where that bass come from, all of a motherfucker, son? I'ma need you to. You think I could change the octaves? Someone give me my whole nerves. All I can do is laugh. Cause this motherfucking year, it's only been one motherfucking year, and I don't even know what to say. I could say I see growth on both of our ends, and goodness, and like, so that I could say. But like that motherfucker right there, he different. He different. That motherfucker is different. He is his whole self right there, and I get the differentness, which is ironic. I get it. It's just I don't be knowing. It's like I know what to expect, but don't know what to expect. Like, it did not be a little scared because I just be like, this is the first time, where I've had to really be exemplified trust, and it be exemplified in a space where it is not only deserving but reciprocated, and it's a little. I haven't had that experience. I don't know. This is my first time. I didn't even have that experience with the lovely person I've given birth to. This is somebody who came through me, and then I had unfortunately numerous interactions with them that I can't trust them. And it doesn't feel good to love someone that you can't trust. It's not a good feeling. But I do love my son, and I know that the reason why I can't trust him is not because he's a bad person. He's not a bad person at all. He's a wonderful, amazing soul, but he's going through his own journey, and I have to be cognitive of the fact that he's going through his own journey. And I know that once he's really, 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 really committed to his healing and to his total health, and he's like, okay, freak this, like, I'm not about to play with myself no more, it's gonna be all right. And he's in a union, and that union can ins- inspire that, and I pray that it does, but now it's just like it's a little awkward and stuff because the girl's young, and she comes from a culture that's like, you know you should cater to your man. It's a little ancient, even though she is advanced out of it. So, but she still depends on her parent or her mother. So it's weird. It's a lot of dynamics. But again, they're grown. They are adults. They are adults. They are adults. So I offer him love and I offer him wisdom, but I can't trust is something he's gonna have to earn, and he's gonna have to earn that through his own self care and his own evolvement. When I know, okay, you love yourself enough not to harm yourself, now I can trust you around. I can trust you around me because I know you ain't gonna harm me because you ain't gonna harm yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's it's a lot. So um, there was no uncles for me to develop that trust with. Or who put in any type of effort to develop trust. There were no father figure. It was just no growing up. The most uh, healthy masculinity that I may have experienced was like third party through a religious organization, and then the religious organization within itself has its own challenges. Okay, so it was very minimal, very minimal. I got to witness um, a happy, healthy couple, and again, within that happy, healthy couple was a healthy masculine, but my interaction with them was not long enough. It was like just, oh, okay, I see you when we have meetings, um, and that's it. They took me to where they lived at, and that was cool, but that was it. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't consistent, and it wasn't like more than them. They were like the only people that I saw that exemplified healthy masculinity. So that's kind of like, okay, now I have healed enough to be open and receptive to know the difference, because through observations and through interactions you can tell, but now that I can tell, there's still skepticism on my personality, and there's still my hypervigilance that's like, but then I'll be like, wait a minute now. wait a, wait a, wait a minute. I'm gonna go over here. And nature be like, I'll be like, woo, this horse is, I can't. God, oh God, baby, I'm trying to get him, And I'm like, but if I do, it feels good. Feels, Lisa. Lord help me. Oh, ancestors strengthen me. I'll be cool though. I'll be cool. I don't care what nobody motherfuckers say. I'll be cool. I may not have a poker face, and so if you catch me a lot on land, trust and believe. Yup, I'm there. I'm there. Like, mm, mm, mm. This. I'll be like that is that for real? Cause whoa. I want everything. Everything. Do big things, small things, little things, tiny things, and huge things. I want to do all the things with this person. And I'll just be like, is it just me? is it is it just me that want to do these things? Like, do you want to do those things with me too? For real? Like, for real? But you being strategic, and not because you're being manipulative, but because you just know how this shit fucking works, and you gotta. We got you. He's playing multiple chess. I've said it before, but he's not even playing flat chess. This motherfucker is playing multiple levels of chess and winning. So, like, fuck it. I trust what the fuck you doing. You know more about this shit the fuck I do. Cause of me, I'd be like, fuck all these motherfuckers. Let's do us. And eventually, we'll get to that point. I believe. I feel we'll get to that point. I've seen it. I've felt it. And I guess I just have to continue to trust the bigger picture. Like, not even him. Just trust, like, the growth that I have come through and where I came from and where I am, the knowledge that has been bestowed upon me. It's not for me to take for granted. It's for me to apply it to my life, and know that there is something way bigger that is sustaining this whole motherfucking planet and everything on it, and that I'm here for a purpose. So I could sort of lean into that versus leaning into a particular personality. I can be admirable and loving and compassionate, and again ask that question, what do you need from me, type thing, and just really, like, just do this relating thing. And so it's so timely that this book is on this particular chapter, because it's a chapter that I don't just need to share with the world through Soulful Sundays, but it's a chapter that I need to tap into and be reminded of. Okay, this is not just a me thing. This is a bigger thing at play right here, right now, which I know, but I need reminders. I need reminders. Thank you for reminding me. Thank you. Thank you very kindly. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Continue to remind me. You know what I'm saying? Shoot. Because the sister was showed up was tempted. I was like, shoot. How you do? I already know if I was gonna be outside, because I almost went outside. I almost had me a couple of little sips and some sips. Like, girl, sit your ass in the house and sip. Okay, sit your ass in the house, because your biochemical, your natural chemistry. You know better. She knew. 40s, this is new. It's new. But I know. So it's like, oh no, you ain't you ain't 20. 20, you'd be like, oh, sure, I'm gonna have a great time. Oh my god, what is this I'm feeling? Oh my god, I can't control it. I don't want to control it. Fuck it. No, 40 is like, oh shit, it's getting hot in here. So I'm gonna stay right here. I'm gonna stay right here, because I'm not gonna take my clothes. Oh no. Let's get back to the book. All right. I don't know, people. I don't know. I'm just saying. There's a person on this planet, right? There's a person on this planet that can yoke a sister up at any time, and then the only repercussions is going to be moans of pleasure. That's all I want to say out there and put into the, there's only one. There's only one that could just, creep up behind me, and they won't even get an elbow. They gonna get a lean in, I'm gonna just lean in. I ain't even gonna, I'm gonna just lean in. Yeah, just lean. I'm just gonna lean in. Wait, we go. Anyway, where we go? Where we go? Where am I going? I don't even give a fuck. I really don't. I have some very few, but I know the limit. Like, where we going? Where we go? You got somewhere for us to go? Where we go? You come over here. You go through. I know they nosy. I know they nosy. You got fucking cameras for days. I don't know. Put on a hat or something. I don't know what the hell do. Put on a hat in a bag. Woo. Woo. Not a regular one. Don't put on the one that you wear. It's like, I remember this lady one time was like, I didn't even see you come in. I'm like, inside of my head, like, how did you not see that motherfucker come in? I see the motherfucker come in, and I was facing this way. You was facing that way. You ain't see him coming? He came in, I was like, oh, shit. Oh, shit. That day right there, like, that day right there. That day right there. Oh, I wish I wouldn't have ran, but I ran. I was like, whoa, wait the fuck, wait a minute, hold up. You didn't see? I felt that shit. I was like, oh shit, he's there. He's there. He's there. Oh shit. I gotta sing. Y'all want me to sing? My nerves is like, I was just like, don't look. Oh my god. Oh my god. But he was just like right there. Just like, I was like, what? What? What is happening? But Spirit had prepared me because, see, there's a thing I do, and I don't recommend everybody else to do it, but it helps me with my nerves, okay? Where I have, my nerves don't get like that. Like, everybody, that's a rare occasion, But, mm, mm, mm. But I had a beverage, and I said, I'm gonna calm myself like down, because, this water, but I was the way Spirit holds me and covers me and nurtures me is amazing. Because if I would have overindulged in that beverage, I wouldn't have ran nowhere. I would have ran right to their lap. I would have ran right to their lap. But I didn't. And I'm glad I didn't. Even though I kind of wish I did. Because maybe I wouldn't be so frustrated right now. But who knows? Everything's going to happen in its perfect due time. I'm just being disciplined. Making responsible choices. Let's continue in the book. I'm going to start from this paragraph again. The consciousness of a great soul is symbolic of the larger consciousness, the macro consciousness, that holds the same values and fears and guilt. That macro consciousness might be the collective consciousness of the United States or the Soviet Union or Ethiopia. The many souls that form that collective are in continual dialogue with its own. The great soul is the person who has taken on the task of change. If he or she is able to transcend fear, to act out of courage, the whole of his group will benefit, and each one in his or her own life will suddenly be more courageous, though they may not see how or why. Not all souls accomplish the task that they have set for themselves. As you look at the individuals who are in major positions of influence upon our planet, you can see whether or not they are succeeding in their task of advancing humanity by the choices that they have made. Some have chosen to align themselves like mannequins with the dying consciousness of the five sensory human that has existed within the collective consciousness for each of our nations. They have chosen, in other words, to represent a system that is disintegrating, and so their own systems are disintegrating before their eyes. Their comrades are corrupt, their governments are corrupt, their souls represent a form of power that is no longer effective, but they have failed to understand that. They draw to themselves those whose consciousness are aligned symbolically and in terms of belief to their own. They choose to walk the shifting pattern of fear and selfishness. They exhibit great paranoid energy, and therefore they attract to themselves their governments and their militaries, fellow human beings that have the same paranoid. Why didn't I know how to spell paranoid before just now? Paranoid desire to destroy life, as if the destruction of life will save our planet, but it will not. Through the decisions that they have made, these souls have refused to acknowledge that the older forms of power, we'll say it two more times for those who are listening. The older forms of power. I'll say it one more time. Let me change my tone. The older forms of power, the perception of power as external, it no longer will be tolerated upon the earth. Nonetheless, the evolution from external power to authentic power is occurring now in full force. Oh my God. And so their decisions affect only how that shift will take place. They have chosen the path of fear and doubt and trauma and pain. Oh my goodness. The difference between a great soul that aligns itself with openness and growth and interdependence that transcends its fear. What you scared of? What y'all scared of? What y'all scared of? What y'all scared of? Stop being scared, right? Just admit it. If you're wrong, just say I was wrong. I apologize. What can I do to fix this? I was wrong. I apologize. What can I do to fix this? I was wrong. I apologize. What can I do to fix this? Not, oh, let's go over here with these other scared motherfuckers. We're scared motherfuckers, but we got lots of money and we got weapons of mass destruction. So guess what? We can make other people scared and we'll be all right. We'll still stay in power. No. The earth. You hear what it says? The earth will not tolerate it. So you could take your little happy behinds over there. If you make it over there, and Earth could be like, oh, I'm about to shake and quake and swallow you, bitch ass motherfucker. And you're like, but we got doppelgangers and things to tell us when an earthquake is coming. So we can avoid earthquakes, right? We can see when the storm is coming, right? We know. You don't know, motherfuckers. You don't know. You don't know. You don't motherfucking know. You think you know, right? You think you know. Who think you know? Take your ass somewhere and the motherfucking whole volcano come and just melt your asses somewhere. I like the motherfuckers that went down in the sea. The fuck they was looking for. And the shit was just like, yeah, I'm about to swallow you bitches. They was like, oh my God. They spent all this money to go on this voyage and then the earth just drank them up like they were nothing. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, how could this happen? Such a tragedy. And then look, just pay attention. Do you see what's happening? So just say you were wrong and ask how you could fix it. And then you could stick around for the betterment. Don't you want to stick around for the betterment? I'm just saying. I don't even want to stick around for the better bit. Cause better earth is better, baby. You think you had it good when you just had, access to all these resources and shit like that. You think that's as good as it get? You think money? You think money and luxuries and fucking? You think fucking? You think ass is as good as it can get? You think orgasm? You think that's as good as it gets, baby? You think having people hate you is as good as it gets? Don't you want to experience people loving you? Oh, that's pretty good. Love is pretty good. Health is pretty good. Not saying orgasms are not good, but I'm just saying you could have love and orgasms. You can have orgasms with people who are not repulsed by you and just want your money. Ooh. I know who I'm talking to. I know who I'm talking about. What y'all afraid of? Just say you was wrong and how could you fix it? But be like, I did so much. I just feel so guilty. They ain't gonna ever forgive me. They ain't gonna. Did you try? Did you even ask for forgiveness? Did you try? Did you even try? Are you even trying? How you know? How you know motherfuckers ain't gonna forgive you? How you know? You think you did so much fucked up shit you just ain't gonna be forgiven? Try. Try. Instead of sending motherfuckers to dig up resources and enslaving motherfuckers and killing motherfuckers, how about going to bring some food? How about building some houses for them? How about saying, I don't know, I know no better. I can't take back the past, but I could contribute to making a better tomorrow. And sincerely do it, since we have the resources to do it. Let's get back to the book. Through decisions that they have made, choices. Some souls have refused to acknowledge that the older forms of power, the perception of power as external, no longer will be tolerated upon the earth. Nonetheless, the evolution from external power to authentic power is occurring now in full force. Has been for decades. The force just keeps getting fuller and fuller and fuller and fuller. This was before 9/11. This book was written before 9/11. This book was written in 1990. So, those decisions affect only how the shift will take place. The shift is happening. You can't stop it. You can't stop it. You could make it smoother for yourself and possibly for your descendants. The money is not going to make it smoother for you. Have chosen a path of fear, of doubt, of trauma, and pain. The difference between a great soul that aligns itself with openness and growth and interdependence, that transcends its fear on behalf of itself and its collective, and one that does not, is that the soul that chooses openness has a different active level of courage and insight and wisdom. And the one that does not has consistently weakened under the impact of the fear of the collective. Choice to choice to choice to choice. Negativity upon negativity. And a Hitler is created. Or in our days, a Trump! The soul that was Hitler had great potential as well. The soul that is Trump has great potential. Potential. Every soul that agrees consciously to bring to a level of human interaction the love, the love. That's what I send him. I send him love. I send you love. Donald, I'm so disappointed in the fact that you were not extended this in your home. Well, I did, but it wasn't from my mother neither. You know, it definitely wasn't from my dad. My dad wasn't there, nowhere around. But I did get some from a nice, kind old lady. And I would hope that somewhere in your experience that you have gotten genuine love. And even if they try to cut it off and they try to replace it with hate in these programs, that love just blossoms like a fucking bamboo shoot out of no motherfucking where. And I don't care if you like by yourself or with Melanie or whatever her name is, or whoever you're with, and you just start crying and releasing and realize, oh my God, release the hate and the shitty crap that was implanted in you. Uproot that, because you're in a position, dude, where you can really be part of the positive shift in a different way. You have the potential. You have the choice. I know you don't feel like you got the choice. I know motherfuckers probably threaten you. They're like, if you don't do this like we tell you to do this, motherfucker, we got your assets. You're gonna go to jail. I know. Those are big threats. Those are big threats. But imagine if you could just like take the courage and be like, yo, I made some fucked up choices. How can I make it right? You don't even have to do that shit publicly. You can do that shit privately. You could do that shit internally. You don't even have to say it. You just have to think it. Like, damn, how can I make shit right? I send you love. I do. I really do. And I hope that you choose to receive that love. I hope that you choose to take that love and start filtering it to your children. You know, they may not be receptive, but plant the seeds. Plant the seeds of love. Plant the seeds of forgiveness. Plant the seeds of growth. Just imagine that you don't have to live afraid. You could just live courageous. Like, you know what? I admit it. I fucked up. But I'm going to do my best right now to make shit the fuck right. And some people might accept it. Some people may not. I may put even my whole everything at whatever. But I'm going to still contribute to the growth of humanity in a different way. When they talk about me in the history books, they ain't gonna focus a lot on the fucked up shit I did. They're gonna talk more about the positive shit that I did in my last years or my last days, whatever. However much time you have upon this motherfucker. Accept the love. Cultivate the love. Embrace the love. Feel the love. You love some things. I know you do love some things. But love you. Forgive your daddy. Forgive your granddaddy. Forgive them. They were from an old dynamic. You're still here. Your children are here. You may even have grandchildren. I don't know. I don't follow your life story too close. But you can make a positive difference from them instead of like, oh, I just left you a bunch of money and these fucked up old principles to carry through the failing system. No, give them something different. Give them something new. Give them something better. Stand up. Be courageous. Don't just stand up and just be out there like I got my bulletproof underneath my
Well, oh shit, it's shit, motherfucker. There's a neck outside. I don't think I'm coming outside at all.
No, go outside. But go inside before you go outside. Go inside. Go inside to that little boy that was neglected and abused, and I don't know how they infiltrated you. But go inside and nurture him and love him and love on yourself in a healthy way. And find you somebody else that loves you too. Not somebody that just wants to be with you for your money. I'll make you feel good, Donald. I'll give you an orgasm. I'll even carry your babies. What more can you ask for? Oh, you definitely motherfucker can ask for more, motherfucker. You can ask for real love, motherfucker. You can have real motherfucking love. You can ask for real motherfucking love. You could be like, you know what, Melanie, take a little change and go about your motherfucking way. Because somebody on this motherfucking planet will be able to see me for the wounded, hurt, traumatized motherfucker that just have access to all these motherfucking resources I am, and still say, listen, you don't have to stay that way. You can choose to be different. You can make that choice all by yourself right here, right now. So make that choice and be courageous to say, I fucked up. How can I make it right? Let's continue. Every soul that agrees consciously to bring to a level of human interaction the love and compassion and wisdom that it has acquired is trying through his or her own energy to challenge the fear patterns of that collective. This is the archetypal pattern that was put into place within our species by the teacher Jesus, aka Yeshua, is what that persona symbolizes. He moved through his lifetime in the way that he did. He released the negative karmic patterns of the collective unconsciousness that had accumulated to his time. And each great soul, it is the same pattern. The pattern of taking on the whole through the power of his or her own consciousness to transform it. When a soul reaches for authentic power and chooses consciously to bring that power into the level of interactions that it shares with other souls, it enters this dynamic. It brings to it a collective energy system, the consciousness of authentic power. And through that power, engages in the transformation of that collective. Your evolution towards authentic power therefore affects not only you. As the frequency of your consciousness increases, as the quality of your consciousness reflects the clarity, humbleness, forgiveness, and love of authentic power, it touches more and more and more around you. As your temptations become greater, so does your ability to make responsible choices as you shine brighter, as your light and power increase with each responsible choice. So does your world. That is the end of chapter 11, people. I'll be back here next week, 3 p.m. sharp. Soulful Sundays. Thank you for tuning in to the SupaTea podcast show. I got homework to do, so I'm going to go do my homework. But it's been a pleasure to be of service in this way and on this platform. I'm grateful for this platform, and I'm grateful to be contributing in a positive way, like many, 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 many other souls are. So hopefully you enjoyed the laughter and my silliness and my goofiness, because ain't none of this scripted, boo-boo. I ain't read no place card. I'm just speaking straight from the heart. So, love you all. For real, for real. Even the ones that are hurt and traumatized, love you too. Even the ones that's doing horrendous, horrible things, I love you all.